All right, guys, we've been joined by James Wiggins. Let's go ahead and get started with questions.
James, here's Mateus from Time Out here in Brazil. Congratulations for going for the NFL draft. A lot of people say, and I think that they say some kind of like good aspect, that you have the pro day for sure, they are fully healthy, and the NFL teams can be like really, really good with that. You really think that the pro day is a big chance for you to show for the NFL and talk with the teams about your health?
Yes, sir. It just gives people the just to actually just see me go into work and it's like, all right, he is healthy. Cause that's what main teams are concerned about me is just my health, and I'm able to still perform at best of my ability. So just to go out on pro day and show them that like, hey, I'm still the same person y'all seen on film, still got my athletic ability, still mobile and all that. So this was a good opportunity for me to show and prove to the teams that I still could do it.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
James, what impact, if any, has like being on the freaks list for a few years and All-American honors this year, has that come up at all, when talking with teams?
Not really. They just want to know more about me as a person and how smart I am in my football knowledge, really. They really don't care about your accomplishment. They know all that stuff already. That's just another check off the box, really.
James, how is adjustment to life, being a father, maybe changed your perspective on things and, kind of brought things together for you?
It just made me realize like I'm not doing this for myself anymore. I have a child that I have to provide and teach how to be a young Black man now. And just to sit back and just realize what my dad did for me. And just now I have to install that into my son now. So just little things like that just made me more mature as a person. So
when you flipped your commitment to Cincinnati, I mean, I know everybody dreams of playing in the NFL, but did you ever envision the path that you went through to get here, now that it's almost a reality?
no, not at all. Really, when I got to Cincinnati, I felt like I still was at home with all the people here. And I just knew I just needed an opportunity to play. And I knew that once I get my opportunity, I can showcase the world that my talent, I can play in the NFL. And so now that is becoming a reality. It's just like I just sit back at night and just be like, this is really gonna happen. And like the door is open and I just have to run through it and just don't take anything for granted. Just keep pushing.
Have you warned teams in meetings that you smile all the time?
Oh, yes, sir.
James, I think after the way you played in 2018, there was a sense that 2019 might, be your last season in college. And obviously the injury happened. Was there anything you gained or any benefit you feel you've gotten from kind of having to sit out that year and then come back and play last year?
It was hard for me because, just coming off a good year and then get injured. I sat back and just talked to my parents, and grandma prayed for me. And I was just like, you know what? It happened. Let it go. Just get healthy. Training staff got me right. And at that point, I knew I was just like, what's going to help me become a better football player, even though I'm not playing football. So I was more into the meeting room, helping my teammates when they make mistakes in practices, being more involved with the team and stuff like that. And that helped me grow as a person and also helped my football knowledge going into the next season. Like, hey, we were talking about this last year, and now it's like I'm still not slow. I'm not, oh man, like all this is coming at me all at once, and now I got to pick up, and like I'm still on track of what I'm doing, even though I missed the whole season.
Were you ever kind of surprised at how fast your body was healing through that process? Because I mean, you were back running and kind of being yourself pretty quickly.
Yeah, I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked at the same time. Like I knew I always heal fast. Just had to keep take care of my body, even though when I'm healthy, just keep taking care of my own body. And once I got into running like at 80%, and they was like, you only 5 to 6 months out, you're not supposed to be running like this yet. And I was like, look, I'm doing it now, so why hold me back when I'm just getting better? And so Cody was just like, all right, if you feel good, we're just gonna roll with it, but we're just gonna be smart with it.
James, it always felt like your on-field instincts were a big part of your success and a big part of your game. How difficult, or is there a way you can, show that to teams doing Zoom interviews and things like that?
Oh man, it's just board work. Like just picking their brains, asking questions. Like they give me information, like, oh, this is what we do. And I ask a question like, why if the tight end move to the backside, are y'all still doing stuff like this? And they be like, oh, that's a great question. I'm glad you brought that up, because now the scheme changes in their defense. And so knowing that they know I'm thinking ahead and not just what's presented in front of me, because I like to know like all the pieces that's put in together for the defense, because that's going to help me know where to fit, where's my help is, what help that I don't have anymore, stuff like that.
You guys were really multiple under Coach Freeman. How much do you think that helps? You've played in the box, you played deep, you played single high, you played cover two. And when you get a chance to talk to NFL teams, does that help when you realize how much you've been able to do?
Yeah, most definitely. Me and Darius kind of mad when our positions got switched, but not thinking into the future, like this has helped us because now it showcased our versatility as a player, and showing with Coach Freeman putting us in these different on spots and different coverages, and now our brain have to switch like, hey, I'm not in the field no more. I'm into the boundary. The ball is going to be more quicker to my size. The route's going to be more faster. I have less space and stuff like that. And to be able to fit in the box also, now I'm not just, only thing I have is just a slot to the field. Now I have this C gap. Also, I got this receiver I have to cover. So it makes you become a better player and understand the defense even more. So Coach Freeman doing that really helped us as a player to showcase like, hey, we could do more than one position.
James, what are
James,
you
there could
hearing
be as
about
many
how
as
high- What are you hearing about how high you might go, and how important is that stuff to you?
It's really not that important because things could change, and so I don't really want to like be like, hey, I'm projected to go third round, so now I'm big headed and it's like, oh, no matter what, I'm for guaranteed to be third round. Then when it comes draft day, oh, I'm sixth round, and like that's hurt. But I don't think stuff like that. I just do what I have to do, get the job done, and just to impress people that look, I am the player that you want and that you will need one day. So with that mindset going into everything, that's just how I think.
James, there could be as many as 6 of your Bearcats teammates joining the 5 that are going to be out there that decided to go back. What do you think that means for 2021 for the team?
Oh man, our defense is gonna be even better. Really, like we already had one of the top defense in the nation, and everybody returning back, and it's just gonna help the team improve more and put Cincinnati on the map even more, and improve our program. And just like, what can you do? You got veterans played multiple seasons coming back again, knowing everything. Now they're just getting smarter and smarter in the game, which is gonna benefit them once the season starts. So there's nothing much to say about that.
What can you tell UC fans about Brian Cook, who we saw in your place in the Peach Bowl?
Let me tell you, Brian Cook is a dog. Like he is a dog. Like he's probably a great replacement for me to play that boundary safety, but also him playing corner at his old school helps. He could play multiple positions really, and I just sky's the limit for that kid, man. I really like. I enjoy watching him play. Big kid, long, could cover, and also could hit too. Like, what else do you want from a safety like him?
Does he scare you as much as he scares me? He terrifies me.
Nah, not at all. He's a cool kid, quiet just like me. And just like he's just chill. But once once he started getting hyped and the ball is rolling, oh, he's a maniac on the field.
James, some of those guys coming back that you just talked about, they were 5-year guys like you, Marcus, Curtis, Joel. Were you surprised that they were ready to come back for a 6-year?
Yeah, I was, because we always talk about, are you coming back? And we were like, nah, I'm not coming back, this and that and that. And it was like, wait, you coming back? I was like, to be honest, nah, I'm out of here, man. Like, I did my duty for the Cincinnati. It's time for me to move on. And once I heard that they're staying, I was like, what? We just talked about this like 2 weeks ago. Like, y'all staying? But hey, they felt like they needed another year. Just keep grinding for they could put themselves in a better position for the draft. So hey, I don't mind them coming back.
Has the NFL truly been a lifelong dream for you, James? When you were a kid, were you, telling people I'm going to play in the NFL someday?
Oh no, not at all. I was a basketball head, really. I didn't start playing football until my sophomore year in high school. And basketball, my football coach came to me after one of my basketball games, like, hey, you got the talent to play basketball, but if you want to do something great with your life, you need to come football. And I sat down in the mirror and I was like, nah, I'm playing basketball, this and that and that. And then I looked at myself in a basketball jersey. You could tell I'm not meant to play basketball. And so once I put on the pads and just was learning football, and like I realized like this is my true calling. And once that spring ball game hit and I actually got my first hit, first interception, I was like, God put me on earth to do this. And that's when I started like, hey, Mom, I could do something in my life with football. So let's keep this rolling. And then once I got to college and played my first season, that's when I was like, look, I have the opportunity to go to the league now. And so after that, that's when my mindset changed. Like, hey, now I'm trying to become the greatest player I could be to get myself into the league and become even greater than that once I get there.
What's your goal for the 40 and the vertical tomorrow?
Oh, my goal for the 40, I want to run at least, like, my slowest time should be like a 4.37. That should be my slowest time. My fastest time should be around 4.35. Vert, I want to hit at least a 38 to a 40.
Doak said he's going for 38 on the vert. You're not going to let him beat you, are you?
Oh, no. He's not going to beat me. No one's going to beat me.
Anything else for James? All right, guys. Appreciate you joining us today. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Wig.
All right, appreciate
Thanks,
it.
James. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kaz.